Hey there, everyone. Another video and another preview build for Community Theme Creator version 3.3. So this is build 2, and with build 1, I had introduced the UI element type toolbar when in the editor. And I kind of indicated that I had some additional plans for that toolbar. And I've at least incorporated one of those ideas into preview build 2, which I will go over. Um, but one of the performance tweaks I've made in preview build 1 was when you're resizing or dragging other windows whilst in the editor, it would pause all videos in the wheel, in the view, just to stop the lagginess or prevent the lagginess, I guess, while dragging. I've switched up the method on how that's achieved for preview build 2. So if you were noticing some kind of initial lag when you press and hold the left mouse button to drag a window, that's gone. That lag's gone in preview build 2. So anyway, rambling. I'll get right into it. All right. So let's go into, and we can do this various ways. I'm going to go from the main menu here, and under Utilities, I'm going to take this new menu option, Maintain Styles, okay? And I'll explain all of this, but the first thing I want to do is actually clear out ones that I already have here, okay? So now we have nothing, which is good, all right? Clean slate, just for demo purposes. And we're in the pyramids theme, which is great. This is where I want to be. So I'm going to edit this view. And I'm going to right click on this constant, this text element here. And I've added additional menu options. As you can see here, select style. If I click it, I don't have any styles. I've just deleted them. Okay. But what I'm going to do is save style as. Okay. So I'm going to give this a name. Pyramids. Yellow foreground with reddish shadow. Hold on a minute. Let's scroll down. What's the font size on this? 80. Okay, so I'll go in as that. Font size 80. All right. And I'll probably have two styles now, and that's fine. And so what I'm going to do, and I can do it two different ways. I can select the style from here, okay? And now, and I'll increase the size of this just so that you can see it. Now, because I selected a style, the text element now has a style badge to indicate that a style has been selected. And I can select the style from here too. You know, maybe the first one I created without putting the font description in there, I can double click, okay? And then right click, and you can see that I can apply that style, and it has the style name in blue on the menu option here. So you can see what style has been selected, okay? But I'm going to come out of this theme altogether. All right. So let's get out. And while we're here, I'm going to go back into Utilities and Maintain Styles. I'm going to blow this one away. I could have easily have renamed the original one, but I just want to show you different ways of maintaining this data. Okay, so we're going to pick a different theme. Let's see. Actually, there's a few. I wonder, I think this is just a font. Let's see. I want to grab this one. It's a text. It's a platform name. Let's see. And it has a gradient in the foreground color. So I'm going to take this one. Let me just make a note of the font size. It's always good. 46. Okay. So I'm going to save this style at the application level. And I have a sneaky suspicion I saved the pyramids one to the pyramids theme, but that's okay. Now, application means regardless of the theme I'm in, I've got access to these styles that I save here, okay? So I can hop in and out of different themes and I've still got access to styles that I've defined at the highest level, all right? So I'm just going to call this silver, I don't know, silver, what was it? Silver with font size 46. And I'm going to come out of here. I'm going to go back in. I'm going to go back into pyramids a second. I'm sorry. Let's see. And let me just make sure I'm selecting the correct one. Font 80. I want to grab the text. Yeah, I was saving it to the current theme. I don't want that. I want that at the application level. Okay. All right. So now I'll come out and I'm going to go into something completely different. I don't know. Let's say let's go into theme components because there's a couple of other things I want to show off too, and this is a good theme to demonstrate. So let's pick something that has some text elements on screen. Yeah, there's a couple up here. Okay. So edit. Let's move that over. Toolbar. There's no selected style badges in the toolbar. Okay. And I'm just going to right click on this text element over here. I'm going to select a style. There's nothing in our current theme. I'll go at the highest level. I'm going to double click pyramids. All right. Style badge is now applied to the text element. And you can see the style that's been selected right here. I'm going to click on apply style. And there you go. Right click on this one. And while I'm at it, with the labels, I'm going to select a different style. And this was the silver with font size 46. All right. So I've selected it. And there it is. Apply style. And there you go. Now the idea is to leverage styling for every single UI element type that appears in the toolbar. Okay. But right now I've only got it for text elements and ellipses and rectangles. Okay. Because obviously I'm still working on it. I'm still working out the, some of the the variables here, but I think I got it pretty close, and I should be able to apply all that to the remaining UI elements. All right, but right now it's just these three: text, rectangle, ellipse. Okay, now you can take this a lot further, and let's just get a rectangle out here. And let's say fill color, and I'll keep this real simple. Okay, so what do I want? I want like this, and like that. Okay, and then I want to, what do I want to do? I want to use that as a resource. Okay, right click. I want to save style as to the application level, and I'm just going to say rectangular red gradient resource. All right. So I've saved that. And then again, we can hop out of this theme. Although I do want to come back to this theme. I don't know. Let's take this one. And we'll go in here. Let's add a rectangle. And I want to select a style. And it's showing in red. So if you have defined ellipses or rectangles just for styles alone and not as resources, they'll show as green. And if they're defined as a resource, they'll show as red, just as they do here in the tree. Okay, so I'm going to pick that style, and then we've got it. I'm going to apply it. Yeah, let's go into a clean view. I want to show you this. So I told you that you can double click or drag elements from the toolbar into the tree over here. Okay, so with this layer being selected right now, let's say I want to add a dock. Okay, so I double click and it adds the dock to the first element in that layer. Okay, and then from there I still have that dock selected. Okay, and that's key from what I'm about to show you. And in there I want to add a text. And all I did was just double click. It added a text, and now let's say I want to add, I don't know, an image followed by trying to think, a badge. Okay, so it's just added all three elements in the order in which I was expecting them to be added. Okay, in the dock. All right, now if I were to add a grid, for example, and I could have double clicked that, so I now have a grid. And just for ease of use, I'm going to change the background just so that you can see what I'm doing. And again, with the grid selected, I can double click an ellipse, double click a rectangle, but this time the order changed. It keeps adding it to the first element in the list for the grid parent. Okay, you see that? Badge. All right. So with dock and stack and wrap, it will add the elements in the order in which you're just, as you double click, it's just appending them to the end. All right. But with a grid, it's just defaulting to the top. Okay. So I just wanted to kind of show that off. Now with as I click the different UI elements on screen here, the properties are being loaded, right? Well, let's just shrink this a little bit. The properties get loaded for that UI element, right? Well, I've improved performance massively for this, okay? So, you know, as you know, if you right click on any of these or left click on any of these, you know, it's reloading all the properties. Okay, so by improving the performance of how fast it now loads, there's no lag when you right click or left click on these things in order to kind of drag or get the menu to display. It's super quick. All right. And then talking about performance, I think you'll like this one. And for this, I'm going to go back into the theme components theme. Let's see, go back in here because there's an awful lot of elements on the text view, I think. Yep. So for example here, grid 2-1, it has all these elements within it, okay? Where is it? Oh, it's right here, okay? So if I right click and hit cut, it's removed all those elements, but it did not cause the view to reload or refresh, okay? Same with doc 8. That's not being displayed. I want a big one here. How about this one? Frame 3. Which is all of this. That's a lot of elements. You know what? Glass surface, right over the video. This is a good one. There's a lot of elements here, okay? So I can cut or I can delete. It just deleted all those elements. And as you can see, the video did not restart. It did not refresh the view. So that's another performance improvement I've added to Preview Build 2. I can just go in there, hit delete, just deletes all this stuff, no reload. Okay. Just go nuts. Like that. Okay. So I don't want to save it. But yeah, so with cutting and deleting a single element or a grouping of elements within the editor no longer causes the editor to refresh or reload and regenerate all the code behind the scenes. That's gone. You could ask the question, well, can you do that if you're adding an element or pasting? Technically, yes. However, the experimental code I've got in the background wasn't working correctly, so I've kind of left it on the back burner for now. But I will revisit that because obviously you want it to be a seamless experience. You should be able to kind of add and paste just as easily as you can, you know, now cut and delete in Preview Build 2. So that's the plan, but right now I haven't got that working. So that's pretty much it for Preview Build 2. Like I said, focus on performance enhancements, new features. I like the styling. I'm still tweaking that up. I'm still tweaking menu icons and toolbar icons and stuff like that. I'm not done with that yet. But you know, it's just, I get them in, and then I kind of refine it, and then lo and behold, it's ready for public consumption. Okay, so that's my plan. But like I said, yeah, as soon as you see the video, this build will be available on Patreon under early access. All right. So take care, everyone. I'll catch you on the next video.